Hello, everybody. Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. My guest today is an actress, a voice actress, a guest who I've wanted on my show for probably the longest time. Her live action roles include Lucy Moran in Twin Peaks and Twin Peaks The Return, Molly in Married, wait for it, with
children.
Children. Yeah. Also stuff like The Louis Show, Ellen, Drake and Josh, The Amanda Show, and films such as Stuart Little, The Little Mermaid, where she voiced the feather. No, that was Beauty and the Beast. No, Little Mermaid, where she voiced Ariel's sisters. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Beauty and the Beast, where she voiced the feather duster, because there was no feather duster in Little Mermaid.
Fifi.
But yeah, Fifi. Yeah, I think they changed her name. It was Fifi. It was Marie. Then it was Fifi, and then kind of changed it around a bit.
This has been a big the flummox thing, and I've talked to many people, and I just ran into Kirk Wise, one of the directors, recently, and it was always Fifi. Don't know what the Marie thing was. Don't know. And then there was a Babette also, somehow that got
Yeah,
put in there. But yeah, as far as
yeah.
the director and I am concerned, it was always Fifi.
Oh, let's establish it that
I don't know what
Fifi.
we really literally don't know what the other stuff is all about.
Yeah,
Which
it could
is,
be false info. Who knows? Let's stick with Fifi the
well,
feather
no, but
duster.
it's false rampant. It's like everybody thinks that. So
Yeah, it's all on Wikipedia. Anyone can edit it and stuff like that. So let's just say Fifi the feather duster in Beauty and the Beast. Her other cartoon roles in TV animated shows include Missy Preston in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, Duzer in Gravedale High. I believe I said that right. Was it Duzer or yeah, it was.
right,
Oh my god. Oh, I was
Dudes are
yes.
like Medusa.
Duzer. Yeah, yeah. Oh my. Oh yeah, because it was. Yeah, because it was. Oh my gosh, yeah, because I was talking about that show a few months ago, but I'll get onto that in a bit. One of my little stories. Samantha Stanky in The Simpsons. She was in an episode of The Simpsons. Alice Pleasance in Batman the Animated Series. Dot in The Tick. Gwen Mezzrow in Pepper Ann. Margot in Batman Beyond. Ollie in Ollie and Scoops. And also cartoons such as Fish Police, Tom and Jerry Kids, The Little Mermaids, the animated series, Two Stupid Dogs, House of Mouse, Tick and Seek, and also she was Penny Wise in Adventures in Odyssey. Well, I think she still is, anyways. Regardless of
Yeah.
that, my guess is Kimmy Robertson. Hi,
Yay! I just did another Adventures in Odyssey 2 days ago. So
oh,
or three.
really? Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Wow.
Penny and Wooten were having some difficulties with stuff.
But yes, Kimmy Robinson. Oh my gosh. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, right. Okay, so as you can probably tell, I'm very excited that we're here today to talk all about your career and all the people you've worked with, Kimmy. So,
Well, first I have a disclaimer, Amber. I need to make sure everyone knows I don't have earphones with ears, with kitty ears, so I have just kitty ears. Sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. It's better than nothing, honestly.
Well, it's better than nothing. That's true. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, of
But
course, of
hi,
course.
thanks for having me. Where
You're
are we?
welcome.
Are we in
Oh my
England?
Yes, I'm in England. I am about, oh, well, I've got to say this now. I used to say I live near Liverpool, but since its sudden popularity, I like to say I am about 20 minutes from Wrexham. Wrexham FC, Ryan Reynolds. Yay, yay.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of
So you're not
people
near Ormskirk, are you?
across the water from Ormskirk, across the
Oh,
water from Liverpool, basically.
one of my husbands was from there, or
Oh,
still is
really?
from there. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Wow. See, I've got a
Yes.
British heritage. That is really
And
cool.
the other husband was from the East End. Yes, of
Ah,
London.
right. Oh, that's really cool. Wow. Oh my gosh. So honestly, I'm just, as I said before, I'm happy you're here, Kimmy. And okay, going back to what I said about Gravedale High, I was at a Comic Con with Barry Gordon, who was also on the show. And
Yes.
me and his con agent and him were talking at the table, and we were talking about Gravedale High, and he was telling his age and all these people who were in it, and he was like, yeah, Kimmy Robinson, Frank Welker, Jonathan Winters, and Rick Moranis,
Terry
yeah,
Belafonte. Yeah.
yeah,
Ricky Lake. Ricky Lake, and I'm going in my head where everybody sat. I'm going around the room. Oh, Joan. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. She was also she was also the cupboard in Beauty and the Beast. Oh, for crying out! She was on Laughing, for heaven's sakes.
I'm gonna have to quick look. This let me have a look at this. Shari Belafonte, Eileen
The
Brennan.
wardrobe in Beauty and the Beast. Oh my gosh, this is like not knowing my own name. I mean, this is somebody
Joanne
I grew.
Worley.
Yes, thank you. She was also in Gravedale High. It was
Yeah.
cool. Jonathan Winter, and I know we've left people out in that cast, but Jonathan Winters was hysterical, just hysterical.
Yeah, and then of course you got Frank Welker in it as well, who is in pretty much every single cartoon.
And Maurice LaMarche was
And
there.
Maurice, yeah. And of course Barry, as I said before, and Roger Rose, and all these, or some of these people I've actually had on my show before. So, and Tim Curry as well. He was on it
Tim
as well.
Curry, that's right. How can we forget Tim and
I
Rick
wonder,
Moranis?
he's not been on my podcast though, but it would be fun.
Oh,
It would be fun. Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
lovely human being. And Rick Moranis, did we say? Yeah.
Yeah, met Rick. Yeah. So we were discussing about that at Barry
Okay.
Gordon's table. So Kimmy, I'd
Yes.
like to obviously ask you now. This is like one of my top. I got to pick at the subject for you. Batman the Animated Series. You was Alice in the episode Mad as a Hatter. So of course you were working with legends Roddy McDowell, Kevin Conroy. You know all these people. I'm just in awe. Like,
Yeah.
wow. How did the recording process for that? How was it for you? How was it meeting all these guys?
Oh, kind of amazing. Yeah. They just I didn't audition. This was a job offer. I got there. I didn't know what it was for. I didn't even know it was for something with the name Batman in it. So I got there, signed in, and they handed me the script and introduced me all around. And Ephraim Symbolist was there. Ephraim Symbolist Jr., excuse me,
Yeah.
who I grew up watching. So I was flabbergasted and floored right there. And then Roddy McDowell was introduced to me, and then I was kind of a little in shock, maybe, because I was like, "Oh, okay, wow." And so I literally sat between those two guys,
Oh
and
my gosh.
yeah, and we started working, and it was great. Everyone was so lovely, so nice, and I just loved doing those kinds of jobs. Yes.
That's good to hear. Oh my, because I remember you put on Nico Leo's Instagram when Kevin passed away. Because I've got the comment here. And you just described Kevin as a lovely human being. You said, I was lucky to play Alice in Batman the Animated Series and Mad as a Hatter with Roddy. I've been asked about Kevin so many times, and my best response is, he is Batman.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I've got to reach out to her now. I've got to talk about this with her. I've got to talk about pretty much all that I've got down in my mind.
Well, I'm not the only person that says that about Kevin.
Everyone says it.
Everyone says that about him. Yeah. And I don't know. I would say, he was just he was like Adam West, not Adam West. He was, who is Batman when he's not being Batman? What's
Bruce
his name?
Wayne.
Bruce. He's Bruce.
He was Bruce Wayne in the episode.
Absolutely. He's like that he was like that in real life. I mean, normally, I don't know, something about people who write and direct animation. They're very generally quiet, subdued. You don't notice them. They like to blend in. That's just the way I've seen most of them or perceived them to be. But Kevin couldn't blend in. He was just like Bruce Wayne couldn't blend in. He'd act
Yeah.
calm and quiet and serene, but everyone in the room looked at him. That's my best description of Kevin. I, it was an unusually wonderful human being, and we really lost somebody great. It was
Yeah.
tragedy.
Yeah, definitely. And
But we
honestly,
got to have him. We got to have him, and I got to be in a room and work with them and work with all those people. It was really a gift, just a huge gift.
just
And to be
cherish it.
Alice, I mean, come on.
Alice in Wonderland, baby.
Was Pleasance. And by the way, I was on Twin Peaks and I played Lucy. Alice and Lucy were a lot alike.
Oh, were
Nobody's
they?
Well, I even have a 8x10 of Alice typing and like leaning back and listening. And I think it was the first or I don't know, first or second season. I thought it was the first of Twin Peaks. Lucy is listening and typing what she's listening to. And I have a screenshot from the show of Lucy in the exact same position.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about coincidental, or was it
I just think that's so
inspirational?
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Wow. Well, honestly, I'm gonna say I'm highly jealous. You've obviously been through so much stuff that I would have personally enjoyed myself. And honestly, Kimmy, like I'm in awe of your career. I'm still looking at the list that's on the left of my screen that has all your roles on it and stuff like that. And just wow, just working with all these people. I've got to ask, how was it like to work, or what was it like to work with Frank Welker as well, who was on pretty much, I'm looking at these, he
Everything.
was
He was on everything. Absolutely. Well, Frank Welker, you would all you had to do is sit there and what I mean, how do you describe this?
a
He did
god.
every voice every voice in the world. And oh gosh, his name just came and went. The other guy who does a lot of voices, he does Winnie the Pooh. Oh,
Jim
come on.
Cummings.
Thank you, Jim. I knew it was Jim. Jim too. And Maurice. And uh, what's his name? Paul.
Rob Paulson.
Yeah, thank you. I've never been good with names, but I
That's
can
okay.
spit out part of something, and somebody will be able to figure out who I'm talking about. I have a friend named Brian, and I'll say, the guy with the nose, Brian. The nose, and he has hair and ears, and he'll
Brian
say, "Oh,
Cummings.
no, I'm Brian Peck." We did Last American Virgin together, and he does a lot of voices. He's a voiceover fan, and so we stayed friends because he and my boyfriend at the time was Kelly Asbury. Not at the time, but later in the 80s. Kelly
Wow.
Asbury was
The Kelly Asbury.
yeah. So we were
Wow.
together for I think 3 or 4 years,
Oh
and so
wow.
we would go to Disneyland. Kelly, Brian, and I, and all I would do, just like I've done in my whole career, it was just walk around and listen to them doing everything from Yosemite Sam to that dog with the you moved. That dog, what
Yeah, yeah.
dog is it? It was a policeman dog with the droopy. Him.
Yeah, Droopy, yeah. Oh, what
Droopy.
did you say Brian's last name is?
Peck.
Brian Peck?
Yeah.
Ah, right. So the audio kind of cut out, so I was like,
Yeah.
trying to decipher.
He and I did Last American Virgin together. That was both of our first movies. And we both played nerds. So the first few days on the set, nobody was talking to us because they thought we really were how we were dressed. With
Mhm.
like he had tape on his glasses and, t- tissue paper with blood where he cut himself shaving, and people thought this was how we really. And I had glasses with, these kind of glasses with rhinestones and weird hair, and they thought that's how we really dressed, and so they didn't really talk to us. So we started talking to each other to keep each other company in between, takes and stuff. And all I did was laugh. That's all I did. I didn't say anything. I just laugh. It just, yeah. But yeah, so we've kind of gone through life together as friends, and he's met all my boyfriends, and uh since most of them were creative, I've gotten to watch them all be hysterical while I
Oh,
just watch and laugh.
oh, that's really cool. About Kelly, what was he working on anything when you were with him?
When I first met him, I met him in Groundlings class, and see, I was 30. It was 1986, I think, or 7. He was
Mhm.
working at Disney in the animation department doing layout. So, um, and then, and the animation department was not on the lot of Disney. It was in a industrial area, kind of far. Sorry, I'm holding my phone,
Okay,
and I keep forgetting that I have to like keep the camera sort of face to me. Sorry.
that's okay.
There's two things I did wrong so far. That's one. And in our first conversation about Gravedale, I was talking about something different than you were talking.
I didn't
And
even
so
notice, to be fair. Kind of
I
blended
did,
in
and
that
then
well.
and it's just because I misunderstood what you were saying. But
That's
anyway, that
okay.
doesn't matter. So Kelly was doing that. Anyway, he let's see. Yeah, his biggest desire, along with his best friends, Rob Minkoff, Kirk Weiss, Kevin Lima, Kevin Lima,
Heavenly,
uh,
yeah,
Chris Bailey. They all wanted the animation department to come back to the lot where it
yeah,
started.
yeah.
And yeah, so that was his biggest dream. And he also had a dream of doing a movie about gnomes. I went to his 10th high school reunion with him in Beaumont, Texas, and he took me to the house he grew up in, which was empty at the time, and I guess it was for sale, but there was still some gnomes in the backyard, and they were so sad because the lawn had been not quite taken care of as much, because that can happen in escrow when a house has
Yeah.
been bought, but they haven't moved in yet. So
Hmm.
there's no gardener. Anyway, it was a little bit ratty, just a little bit, just enough to make it sad for the gnomes that were there. Because when he grew up, they had lots of gnomes in his backyard, and that was that was really cool. So he did do Romeo and Juliet, and also I always was lecturing about him about stuff that I wanted him to know, because he didn't know stuff that I was interested in, like about rocks, geology, and also Mustangs, the wild horses in the United States. And then I saw that he did do the movie Spirit of Cimarron, which was all about the wild Mustangs. I was so proud of him, so proud of him for that.
Yes, yeah, yeah. And then Spirits Untamed was dedicated to him in his memory, which was
It
released, I think.
was.
Yeah, I think it was released in 2021. Yeah, it was
And
dedicated to.
it. Can you say that all again? I'm not sure I heard you.
There was a sequel to Spirit, if I believe we're talking about the same Spirit film as you were just talking about. What was it called? Spirits. Yeah, Spirit Stallion of the
Cimarron.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, Cimarron. Yeah, I'm having a look because the last bit of the title didn't load. Yeah, there was a sequel to that called, I think it was a sequel called is it? It's both it's both a spin-off and a standalone sequel of Spirit, Stallion and the Cimarron. Um, Spirit Untamed. I don't think he worked on it, but it was dedicated to him in his memory because it was released after his death.
Thank you. That's wonderful. That's
I
what I
know.
didn't hear you say. That's so cool.
I
Yes,
know. It's really beautiful. Yeah, definitely.
very
Because
beautiful.
yeah, and I've heard of the first Spirit film only mainly because like not only was Matt Damon in it, but apparently Frank Welker was in it as well. And then Matt Damon and Frank ended up going to work on the Informant, the live action film.
Oh, really? How
Yeah,
funny.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
small world in
Well,
it.
it was a huge, that's a always been a huge cause of mine since I was a little girl, the wild Mustangs of the Americas. And that was an if you've not seen Cimarron, you should see it. It's a beautiful film, beautiful animated film.
I don't know if it's
Different.
on Disney Plus or not. If it's on Disney Plus, I'll definitely give it a watch at some point. I don't know. It depends. I know there's a few DreamWorks stuff on Disney Plus for some reason.
You
I don't know
might be
why.
able to find it in a like a DVD bin somewhere of some video
Probably.
store that's closing.
Probably. That's probably the most likely place.
Or eBay. Yeah, eBay.
So
Right.
there's another thing as well. I know it says at the top remaining meeting time 8 minutes and stuff, so the meeting will kind of end there. But
Okay.
then
I don't
would you
see that, so all I see
on
is record and
on my
Amber
end
Jones.
it says yeah, on my end it says remaining meeting time. So
Okay, so
I'll
ask
keep
away whatever you want to know. I'm here.
okay. Well, I was gonna say when the timer ends, just to go back through that same Zoom link I sent you, and
Okay.
boom, we get another 40 minutes. How cool is
All
that?
right. Good.
So The Simpsons, Samantha Stanky, Bart's friend falls in love. What was it like to be in The Simpsons? I gotta ask.
Um, well, what's interesting is for many years, I would say maybe two, I was brought in to the office there at 20th Century Fox every now and then to audition for a part on The Simpsons, like a guest part. And this
Yeah,
was when The Simpsons was on the Tracy Ullman show. So it
yeah,
wasn't its own show. It was just a bit on the Tracy Ullman show.
yeah.
So I knew all those people and they knew me. I mean, as much as you know anybody that you see come in and audition, 50 times and you say no 50 times. So whether they knew me or not, you know, I knew them. Let me put it that way. So when I was in Twin Peaks, this was a stunt casting move. It wasn't anything
Ah,
to do with uh, auditioning uh, or my talent or anything. It was because Lucy was popular and they somebody up above said you have to hire somebody popular. We're going to start doing this stunt casting thing. So I was the first stunt cast stunt casted actor on The Simpsons.
wow. So you started off a tradition then. That is
I
amazing.
started it and I helped them because I did a movie in the Caribbean called Speed 2 and Willem Dafoe was the villain of that and we all
Mhm.
got to know each other. I mean, we hung out with each other all the time because we were living on a boat together in the middle of the ocean and so we would have dinner together and talk and Willem mentioned his son loved the Simpsons more than anything. And I said, well, why aren't you on it? And he goes, I don't know how to do that. How could I be on it? Oh my God, I'd love to do that for my son. So I said, if you write your phone number on a little piece of paper, I'll put it in my wallet. And then when I'm on the lot, like when we've docked and we're back on, I'll take it by what's her name's house? Office. What's her name? I want to say Penny Perry, but that's Hallmark. But Bonnie, anyway, the casting director. Sorry, this is me. This is my memory.
Personally, I don't know who the casting director on Simpsons is, so I'm just gonna have a look myself because I'm
Thank
gonna learn
you.
something new as well. It doesn't.
Petulia.
Bonita Pietla.
Petulia.
Petilia.
Petulia. Yes.
Petilia.
Petulia. So I ran into her on the lot and gave her his phone number and said he really wants to be on it. And the next thing I knew, there he was on The Simpsons. So that's my stunt casting story from the beginning to
Wow.
the end.
That is so cool. I love
I
it.
got
I
to be
love
the
it.
first, and I got to help them get the coolest guy ever.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that is so cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know you're like the first. That is actually a really cool fact. I love it.
Yeah, it's not really something to brag about, but I find it very funny.
Well, I mean, it makes sense considering Kylie Jenner's in the new Treehouse of Horror. Um, so like it's like starting to bring in all these sort of below average celebrities, but then like in the 90s, you had all these great celebrities on. You had when was Willem on it?
That would have been 96,
So
97.
the 90s had the greatest guest stars on The Simpsons.
Yes. Yes.
um just real quick, just going back to the subject of Batman. Of
Wait a
course
minute. I'm saying
oh,
yes, not including me. I mean, yes for everybody else.
yeah, of
Like a
course.
jerk. I don't mean to say that about myself,
No,
but
it's
yeah.
okay. It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay, Kimmy. Don't worry.
Okay, well, that just, sounded a little weird in my ear.
That's okay. That's okay. Going back to Batman,
Yeah.
of course, you came back for Batman Beyond. You voiced Margot in the episode Disappearing Ink. You had a little cameo at the end. How was it like to return to the sort of Batman franchise?
Cheese, but let's call it cheese.
How was it like to return to the franchise after like 6 or 7 years?
I love cheese. So
Me
well,
too.
obviously, that's another kind of dream come true. Anything Batman, to be able to be called in to do some other Batman thing, another Batman thing, and have it be somebody like Margot, a jailer or whatever she was. Yeah, bringing somebody. Yeah,
Caretaker, she
it was just,
annoys the
it was
Lincoln dude.
adorable. Yeah, it was wonderful. I liked it, and I was very grateful for that. Two Batmans, come on.
I know, yeah. Like that's something just put on your resume. I was in Batman twice. How cool is that? Not a lot of people get to say that.
No, of course, the people that are on those shows all the time, that's pretty cool. But I'm more like a side back actor. I'm on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
side and the back. Yeah.
yeah. And what was it like seeing Andrea again and her directing? Yeah, how would you say like how would you describe her directing style? Because everyone
Well,
has a different directing style.
she knows what she's doing, is what I love about her. She knows what she's doing. She knows what the script is. I don't know if she ever sleeps because she's got to stay up and read
I mean,
everything. And
she's retired now, so she's living the dream. I was chatting with her a few weeks ago, and in the background, she literally has character models from like Batman, the Superman animated series. And it's just so cool. She just has merchandise of all the shows that she's directed. She's a
oh,
wonderful woman.
wow. I don't have that kind of stuff. I do have a Samantha Stanky cell.
Oh, wow. I would have thought
Yeah,
you had an Alice cell, to be fair.
no, I don't. I don't. I have the Samantha Stanky cell because they sent it to me after
Oh,
their some anniversary. I don't know. And I
that's
had it framed because I have a Chuck Jones autograph on a
wow.
Bugs Bunny drawing that when I was a little kid, my sister and I were little
Yeah.
and like 4 or something and 6. And my parents uh sent away to I got the whole letter. It's a letter that I had framed to Disney, and Chuck Jones drew Bugs Bunny on it and said, here's a little drawing and thank you for asking whatever you asked. And then when I was dating Kelly Asbury,
Mm-hmm.
every month, um, for a long, long time, we would go to brunch at a place called the Five Crowns. Look
Okay.
at me remembering names.
Yay!
and
You did it.
and it was a Chuck Jones invited Kelly, Rob Minkoff, Kevin Lima, Chris Bailey. Hi, Kylie. I'm doing a podcast. Nice. my niece is walking by. Um,
Hello, niece.
she left. Anyway, so that we'd go there for a brunch,
Yeah.
and we would have delicious pancakes and stuff. And then we'd go to his house, which
Mhm.
was overlooking the ocean, and his wife was there. Sometimes his son, who I recently saw again when I got some award, and his son got an award. But um, I brought this letter that my parents had sent a letter to Disney, excuse me, asking for Chuck Jones, asking him, oh, I know what it was. They asked him to do more Bugs Bunny cartoons. That's what it was. And he wrote them back a little note and a picture of Bugs Bunny. And I brought that with me and asked Chuck Jones, and it's all falling apart, and because it's really old. And he autographed it. So I have
Wow.
that framed as well. But
Wow.
Chuck Jones was the first Kevin Connolly, I would have to say. He was also Bugs Bunny. Kevin was Batman. Chuck was Bugs Bunny. I mean, and he was Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
He
He was the
was.
heart and soul. And Mel
Oh,
Blanc as well. Yeah.
yes, but Mel Blanc
But he was the
and
voice, but Chuck
voice.
was the sort of
He, yeah,
the artist, the heart and soul
exactly.
behind. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was Bugs Bunny. He was him, and he was Daffy Duck. He was all those people. And Mel Blanc looked at him and said, "This is how you sound when you're Bugs Bunny, which you are today, or whoever it was." They I didn't know Mel Blanc, but I did know Chuck Jones, and he was these people, the Kevins and the Chucks. They're
Yeah.
something special. They're not
Yeah. I agree.
normal. Not
Yeah,
normal.
actually, I was going to ask you. That actually reminds me. I was going to ask you. Is there any other particular voice actors or actresses you've met? Have you met June Foray by any chance?
June, no, Katie has my friend Katie Leigh.
Yeah, yeah.
She has because I think June's been on Adventures
Of
in
the
Odyssey to show
and
that we
Adventures of the Gummy Bears. Yeah, yeah. So she did Gummy
and
Bears as
yeah,
well. Yeah.
but I
And
haven't.
yeah, I was gonna ask because and also Bill Scott as well, who's also a voice actor, usually seen with June. Katie has also met him, so I just didn't know by any chance had you met them as well, maybe on a different
No,
project or not. No, okay, that's okay. Yeah, I need to get Katie back on my show. I did say to her, look, I'm gonna have to do a separate episode with you because one of the first episodes I did for my show was with Katie and the late great Will Ryan.
oh, both of them together.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It was I miss Will so much.
yes, we all do.
Yeah, that actually brings me on to my sort of next topic, Adventures in Odyssey. Of course, working with all these people because I remember seeing you did a panel with Katie Leigh, Townsend Coleman, and Chris Anthony Lansdowne. All those three I've also had on my podcast, and I've met Townsend in person as well. So what's it like really just to sort of get together with the cast, whether it's at recordings or at a convention, doing a panel maybe? Well, what is it like?
Oh, it's magic. I mean, Tony, I've known him also, and Jess Harnell. Like I did Secret Squirrel. I think that was the first Hanna-Barbera cartoon I did with Jess Harnell, who's
Oh,
also
right.
in Adventures in Odyssey. He plays my husband. Um, they are just also talented, and Tony was the Tick. When I was
You were the
Dot,
voice of Dot, yeah.
more side back acting. But just to watch, I'm going back in time right now. I am going to answer your question,
That's
but
okay. It's
going
great
back
to
in time
reminisce.
to watch Townsend doing the Tick, just the creative process of him doing a line and doing it his way, and Sue Blue saying like, can you make it more, I don't know, more something, and then Townsend would just do something amazing. Yay!
And there's Sue right there. I met her at Comic Con a few months back. I met her at Transformers
Oh,
convention. She was lovely. Oh my gosh, she's so great. She saw me in the audience at the Q&A. She did. And I was like, look, I'm not gonna cause too much attention because obviously she's done my show and we know each other and stuff like that. And it's just me. I just put my hand up. I'm just casually gonna ask, and she's like, "Do I see Amber?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm going right. Gotta get out of here, guys." And then yeah, I was like. I'm special now. But wow, yeah, all these different voice directors that you've worked with, I'm in awe, honestly. Like
Gordon Hunt, yes,
Gordon
Gordon Hunt.
Hunt, yeah.
That was the first cartoon I did was Gravedale at Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he
Mm-hmm.
had me in for just about everything else that they did. And uh back then Hanna-Barbera, well, first of all, it existed back then.
Yeah.
And it was a building that I drove by all the time on my way to ballet class or rehearsal because I was a dancer then. And there was
Mhm.
Fred Flintstone and the Jetsons and giant pictures of them outside. They had these giant statues of all the different links. Astro was out there too. Okay.
Astro, the dog from
And
Jetsons.
who's the Flintstones doggy?
Um,
Oh,
Dino.
Pino was out there. And I would drive by and look at the building, and those were, my favorite cartoons. I loved cartoons growing up, just loved them. And I would say one day I'm going to work there. Well, why in the world a ballet dancer would drive by an animation studio and say one day I'm going to work there? I mean, why would I do that? It was just because I wasn't an actor at all, not at all, like at all. I was a dancer. And that truly came true. Something.
Yeah, and actually, there's another a voice director I've got to ask you about. Of course, you also did Hanna-Barbera and stuff like that, and was sort of an assistant, just like Andrea Romano. Chris Zimmerman, Salter, as you guys know,
What?
Chris Salter. You know,
Oh, yes.
yes,
Chris Zimmerman
yes. Sorry, I
is
should slow down. I should. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, because you have an accent.
Yeah, people find it really hard to understand. Yeah,
No,
so it's
I
usually
got
when I'm
it. I
talking
got
too
it. The
fast.
first try. So there.
Oh, yay.
Chris Zimmerman is 100% personally and totally responsible for my career in the
Ooh.
world of
Was it
animation.
was she a casting director on Gravedale High or something like that? Did she work on
Yes,
Gravedale?
she was, and she was Gordon's assistant too. And um, so what happened was when I was in the show, okay, let me go back a little further.
Yeah.
I ended up becoming an actor in 1981, still dancing for all of the
Uh-huh.
80s. And Kelly Asbury and
Yeah.
Rob Minkoff ended up having me do some animation voices, like for a ride, Cranium Command, which was a
Yeah.
ride in Orlando. And oh, I guess I was the makeup person for. Oh, why am I even saying that? Oh, Alana, the Littlest Mermaid, and the Little Mermaid. And then I tried to get auditions. I took a class with Andrea
Mm-hmm.
Romano and Sue Blue. I took a class on voiceover, animation voiceover, and
Mm-hmm.
I was awful. I didn't really have characters like Jim Cummings. I I could do a voice. If sorry, there's
That's
my
okay.
bedroom.
Oh, I
I
was
could
gonna
do
say,
a voice.
I think did I see a cell on the wall? Did I see one of your cells on? Oh no, I was just
No,
seeing.
they're down. It's downstairs.
Ah, right,
This is
okay.
a picture of my doggie that passed
Oh,
away.
oh bless. Oh, I should
I
bring up
found
my dog in a bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so I realized that it was the hardest thing in the world to even get an audition for animation. Like the hardest thing in the world. So I said out loud, all right. So you have to be famous or for some reason, like a baseball star, basketball, or football, or you have to be on a really successful live action show. And I said, I'm going to have to be on a live action show in order to get an audition for a cartoon.
Yeah.
So I got Twin Peaks, and the pilot aired on Sunday night. And
Hmm.
Monday morning, I got 3 phone calls at 9 a.m. The first one was a publicist who wanted to be my publicist. The second one was the David Letterman show. His David Letterman's assistant
Yep.
asked me to be come and be on the show. The third was Chris Zimmerman from Hanna-Barbera asked me to come and audition for Gravedale High the next day. So I did. I went, and it was around Easter, so I had jelly beans in my pocket. I auditioned for half an hour for Duzer, and they kept going, that's not, it's just, that's not almost it, but Kimmy, it's just not it. I'm sorry. I said, I put some licorice jelly beans. I love the black licorice ones in my mouth. I think I put 3, and I was chewing them, and I went, well, this was a real honor. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I should have not done this after I had the jelly beans in my mouth. And she went, wait, what did you do? What did you do? That's it. That's it. She said, I said, jelly beans. I put jelly beans. And she goes, well, can you put jelly beans in your mouth and read the lines? And I did. And I got the part. So every day at
Yay.
work, they had a pack of gum, Trident sugarless gum, original flavor on my script for our read through. So I would chew gum and do Duzer.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Oh my
And
gosh.
that was
Like,
Chris, all Chris. That was Chris
woo.
Simon.
Yeah, I know my show soon. We're in the process of sorting it out. So okay, soon. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Wonderful. Tell her
Yeah.
hi.
I will do. Don't worry. I'll message you after that we've done this, and I'll let you know that you pass on your regards.
Thank you. And tell her thank you for my animation career.
I will do. Don't worry. And I've,
So the bottom line is I've never been very talented. I've always been mediocre. And something always happens that helps me to get a job. Like whoever had the job leaves, and I'm standing there, and they say, "You go do it." That's my whole career has been that putting jelly bean in my mouth and wait, do that, and then you're hired.
yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that's so
I'm
cool.
not like Townie and Jess and Katie. I don't have those incredible amounts of talent. I am a
Mm.
side back, and I'm a mediocre, and I've always aimed for mediocrity.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot to
Absolutely.
be
Yeah.
said for that mediocrity. As long as you show up, I mean, showing up is 99% of everything.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And tell me when we're getting close to the end of the interview so we can walk downstairs. I'll show you the cell.
We are actually getting close to the end because I was going to bring up one final topic with you.
Okay. How many minutes do we have?
I'd say we go for another 10 minutes if you'd like.
All right. Well, I'll answer this question, then we'll go downstairs. Then we'll say
Sweet.
goodbye.
Sweet. Yep, good idea. So, of course, instead of the big question, it's the big topic of the interview. So it is Ollie and Scoops, which is a series that you work on with Eric Bowser, who voices Scoops, and all these wonderful guest stars who come in and stuff. And honestly, like that looks like a show that I would personally want to star on because I do voiceover and stuff like that. But then you got to get yourself out there and everything like that. So what's it like to sort of work on? Because I think Nico is he's pitching it to Nickelodeon at some point, like soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So heck,
Yeah.
what
I set up I had him go to my managers and they passed, which okay. Not I don't understand why anyone would ever pass on representing Nico and Ollie and Scoops because everyone who watches it loves it, right?
Yeah,
And
of
I
course. Yeah.
mean, Nickelodeon, I think, is probably gonna absolutely love it too. And I got this job because he wrote it with me in mind. Um, I'm not sure if it was because of Lucy on Twin Peaks, but or
Could
something
be.
else. But I mean, he did tell me. I just don't remember because when he told me this, it was outside of a theater right after I'd finished doing a play, and he introduced himself and told me all this right after a play. And if you've ever acted in a play afterwards, you're sort of not right in the head. It's like
Yeah.
you have all this adrenaline that was
You're in
there
another. You're in another universe.
right
Yeah.
away. Yeah. But I was like, are you kidding? I would love to do it. And he said, and it pays. And I went, wow, that's even better. I would have done it anyway.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Because I
awesome.
loved him so much. Nico's
And
so
of
sweet.
course, he got Kevin Conroy to do an episode. I don't know when it's coming out, but it is coming out before the end of the year. He got Kevin to record a voice in one of the episodes before he passed away. So you'll technically be on the same project as him again. Yay!
Yay. That's so
I
cool.
know. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So wow. Oh, honestly, Kimmy, I've had a lot of fun today. Thank you so
Yay.
much.
I'm going to walk downstairs with you. Wait, we're
Mm-hmm.
curling off the bed. The bed's really soft, so it's not the easiest bed to get out of.
Oh man, I want a bed like that. Sometimes I have like a lot of trouble sleeping, so like I just need a bed
Oh
like that.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you got to get a nice soft mattress and lots of pillows around you so you feel
oh,
cozy.
you're making
Okay,
me
we're going down.
tired. You're making me want to go to bed early, and I never go to bed early.
Oh yeah, you should go to bed right after it's dark a couple times, and
Yeah.
then you can catch up on your sleep and then do whatever you want. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, here I gotta move this. This is sort of like a storage bin at the
Uh-huh.
moment. I gotta turn the light on. Oh,
Oh, here we
here
go.
we go. Ready? Can you see it?
Wow. Oh my gosh. That is so cool. And like, is there a signature on her dress? There's a signature.
Yes.
Who is it? Oh, is it what does it say?
It says,
I can't read it.
hold on, Matt. Uh, it's Matt Ronig, but it says your pal, Matt, and this says,
Ah, right.
I don't know what it says. It says something. Thank you for something, Kimmy, something, and
Wow,
then it's got
that's
um,
cool.
what's his name?
Bart. Yeah, voiced by Nancy Cartwright.
Yeah. Okay. Crawling. Here's the vacuum cleaner. Here's the hat, a random hat box. And then
Uh-huh.
here. Hold on. There,
Wow.
there's
Oh, that
Tipton's
is so
signature.
cool.
1987. 37 years late. Because
That
here's
is
the letter. It's
oh my God.
it's the letter to my parents. Oh, I see. And it says, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Robertson, we wish to acknowledge with thanks your very nice letter of January 7th, 1950. The reason we don't make more Bugs Bunny cartoons is that we don't want people like yourself to become tired of bugs. We want you to keep liking bugs and hope you will continue to do so. Because of your very great fondness, we're sure you will enjoy this autographed drawing of your favorite and ours. So it had Bug to Mr. and Mrs. Robertson with all good wishes, Bugs Bunny.
That is
And
so cool. Wow, so cool. I love it. Oh, Kimmy, thank you so much for showing me those. They're
You're
really
welcome.
very cool.
All
I'm
right.
gonna I'm gonna do like a little fake outro now, like thanks for watching and stuff like that, and then I'll probably say goodbye to you if that's okay.
Absolutely.
I've got to ask, whereabouts are you in California?
The city of Pasadena.
Oh, you're in Pasadena, right? Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, I was gonna say I might pop along and come and see you when I fly over in March, maybe. It depends if you want to meet. I
We'll
might.
get in touch. We can have coffee.
Coffee, yeah. I'm so excited. Okay, right. Okay. So, thank you so much for watching this episode of In Conversation with the ATF with Kimmy Robertson. Right, Kimmy, where can we find you on social media?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. And
Uh-huh.
but I'd almost never look at Facebook. So if you want to message me, you got to do it on Instagram.
Gotcha. Well, I'll link those in the description. I need to say Kimmy Robinson. Like, it's Robertson and Robinson. It's those names that kind of confuse me there.
It's a very British name, Robertson. We've got a lot
Yeah,
of Robertsons over there.
a good few. Yeah, I know a few. So yeah, it is very common over here. Well,
Yes.
with that, I would like to say thank you for being on my podcast, Kimmy. It really does mean a lot. And I hope one day you could come to the UK and see me, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I
Have
used
you
to
been
come
to the
there a
UK?
lot, but then I just haven't gone many places for a while.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to see what happens then. Well, in that case, yes, thank you again for appearing on my show, and thank
My
you
pleasure.
to everybody at home for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you around. Me and Kimmy will see you around. There we go. I said it right. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye, everyone. And cut.